Good morning, welcome. Please let me know if at any point if you can't hear me speaking or whatever, and I'll try to speak up and so on. So please be comfortable. If you need to get up and stretch or go to the bathroom or something, please feel free. Just be comfortable and casual and enjoy yourself. No need to stand up. Unnecessary formality. So in any field of human endeavor, it's possible to look at it in terms of theory and practice. In the case of true spirituality, that becomes very difficult to address the theory, because spirituality is about the nature of reality. Spirituality is about what is actually here and the way it is actually here. And what this is intrinsically unresolvable. It cannot be described. It cannot be resolved into this or that, which makes it a very difficult thing to talk about, because of course our words are based upon the idea of being able to designate something, designate this, designate that, and so on and so forth. However, we can talk about the theory of practice and the practice of practice, so that makes it a little more useful. And in actual fact, practice is the important part, in my opinion. I designate what I present as a yoga because it is a potentially productive mode of engagement. So, the theory of the practice of spirituality consists of a fairly simple phenomenon. The fact that the actuality of what you are, the actuality of what this is inconceivable. But typically humans don't know that. Typically humans think it is describable, it is conceivable, and proceed to do so with wild abandon. So typically you think we know who you are, you think you know what's going on, you have a whole worldview and a whole elaborated schema in imagination that describes theoretically, and one supposes, at least with some degree of accuracy, the actual condition. The spiritual problem arises that this is utterly false, because what is here is inconceivable. So the normal human mode of describing it, thinking about it, parsing it, thinking in terms of the ways we've all been educated and brainwashed in terms of what things are, what matter is, what beings are, what society is, all of these very we've all been steeped in are intrinsically wrong, intrinsically in error. And because of the disjunction between what one thinks oneself and one's situation to be and what is the actual situation is, from that arises the spiritual dilemma of suffering, frustration, difficulty, unsatisfactoriness, pain, worry, anxiety, all the rest of it that we're so familiar with. Now, the other aspect of theory, it happens that reality itself, as it actually is in fact always present. It's always available. It's always completely being engaged with. So this enables the possibility of studying this, the possibility of noticing this, and learning to appreciate its nature as it actually is, outside the context of what we are in the habit of holding it to be. So this is wonderful. So there's an opportunity, there's a possibility of correcting the inaccuracy, the inaccurate, intrinsically inaccurate worldview and self-definition that one normally holds in favor of the actual condition, the actual nature, which is available, which is clearly displayed and is very clearly discoverable. And even better yet, it happens that this is both easy and fun to do. What could be better news? So that's the main elements of the theory of practice. Now for the practice of practice, it's very easy. It happens that your experience is reality. Your experience is made of and consists solely of and nothing whatsoever other than actuality itself, reality itself. So you are always immersed in the naked presence of reality, of what this actually is, which happens to be what is considered to be divine, what is considered to be transcendental, what is considered to be the absolute, and so on and so forth, from various perspectives. But all that hyperbole aside, here it is. You're already seeing it. You already are it entirely. And so it's relatively easy to notice that fact and participate in it. The simplest way to put the most effective means of practice is to let yourself feel the presence of your experience, feel the texture of your experience. Just feel what it is and notice the way in which it is entirely, the nuances and subtleties and very nature of what it is entirely undescribable, entirely beyond being able to collapse down to an accurate description this way or that. And in this context, it becomes very clear that all of our descriptions are very rough approximations, very rough designations that censor very heavy-handedly and leave out an enormous amount of the detail and nuance that our experience actually consists of.